entity that people are praying to is not the God they think it is. I believe, like I said, that there is a creator of this universe, but the one in the Bible is not it. Not even close. It's actually multiple gods in the Bible. That's what they said, let us create man in our image. It has nothing to do with the Holy Trinity. That didn't even exist at the time that information came out. But they try to twist your arm and make you think that, but it's not. It's these Anunnaki beings, these people that were written about in the Sumerian, cuneiform, and Babylonian, Akkadian epics. It was gods with an S. And if you find the original translation of the word God, you'll find that in the Bible it's mistranslated to be singular when it's actually plural. Everywhere where you see the word God in the Bible, it's gods with an S. And no, it's not a capital G, it's a lowercase g, because these people didn't create anything in the universe. All they did was manipulate and create havoc here on this planet. But they masqueraded as gods, and people believed it because people have this innate thing inside of them that they want to worship. They want to worship something outside of themselves so badly that they will give anyone the level or the title of a deity, right?
And this is where we messed up at. Let's continue. Now, this is chapter 4 of the Anunnaki land. Let me read some things to you real quick. It says, the famous Anunnaki, another of the colonizing parasitic races that is sickening the other worlds, manipulating and controlling the children of children for years and years. Another of our enemies, a hostile and powerful, hungry race. Now, I know a lot of y'all ain't gonna like this one, but check this one out. They are the creators of the pyramids and build these structures in all the worlds they visit. Meaning, all the worlds that they colonize, they create these pyramids. The Anunnaki create these pyramids everywhere they go and visit and colonize. And these pyramids are called hierarchical structures. And this is how they maintain their rule, and this is how they operate based off the pyramid structure. Now check this out. It says this race is confused in several stories that are told in the known lands. Remember, Earth is considered the known lands in this book. And that is a fact that the stories that's being told about the Anunnaki has been completely confused, because it's people in the conscious community teaching that the so-called carbon beings, primordial deities, are the Anunnaki. And we are, in fact, not the Anunnaki. Now, let's go on. It says, in a casual and often deliberate way, but we find in several stories and books of the known lands, the Anunnaki as boom, or reptilian beings. But the reality is that they are beings of very tall stature, can reach 5 meters. See, in these books beyond the ice wall, they break down on how the Anunnaki colonize other worlds. And see, this is what they do. They catch worlds at a very premature stage, to where we have not even fully evolved yet. And they take advantage of that. And because they are advanced, they come in claiming that they are our gods, when in fact they are our enemies. The Anunnakis is the gods of resets, because in this book, it also breaks down the things that they does to us. They constantly give us diseases. They constantly are poisoning our atmosphere, shortening our lifespans. Because if we wake up, we start to analyze the situation, and then we start to figure out who we are and who they are. So what they do is, the moment we start to have some type of spiritual awakening, they create a reset so we can start all over again. It's stated that the Anunnaki preferred it this way is because in the past, longevity brought other conflicts, because people had more time to analyze the situation in which they would find themselves and find out who they was, and that they were more superior than the Anunnaki. In this book, it also stated that those that live beyond the ice wall live 3 times longer than we do. So that means that we supposed to be living way longer than what we supposed to, and they have been shortening our lifespans intentionally to stay in power. In this book, it talks about, in depth, the human reset. And this is what they do. It's called the reboot process. They carry it out in their lands that they colonize to annihilate every human being, leaving only their newborn babies to repopulate those lands and carry out the same process over and over again. Sound familiar, don't it? So we have been in a perpetual loop all the way up into now. That's why it is so important to continually to elevate and to evolve, because the entire realm is going through a spiritual evolution, and we are evolving consciously and we are elevating spiritually. And this is the evolution that they're trying to stop. But see, they waited too late. That's why they trying to hit us with different resets, like COVID. That was a reset. We got another one coming up. They finna hit us with another pandemic. All of this is to depopulate and to put us back to sleep, but it's not going to work. We are evolving and we know our place in the universe. When you become woke, you are no longer a slave. And this is what they have been trying to prevent. It's us becoming woke. Because once you become woke, you become awakened. Now, here's another thing caught my eye in this book. It said that the Anunnaki and the custodians have been depicted in many forms with humanoid bodies and with different heads of animal types, reptiles and birds. They have a multitude of them, thus confusing the true history of the human being and conditioning the human mind throughout his life by these parasitic beings. They are beings that lack all empathy and are based solely on oppression of other beings and the conquest, the thirst for power and control. So we done seen these bird faces and these reptilian faces on these bodies. We done seen them even in the Egyptian Book of the Dead. We done seen them dealing with even a lot of stuff dealing with the Egyptians. So it just really make you think, because what's really going on? That's all I gotta say. We have been lied to so deep that this shit is even ingrained in us. And that's why we have to really dig down into this shit. Because these Anunnaki gods really came in and twisted a lot of shit and fucked up a lot of stuff while we was asleep. We are not the Anunnaki. And me personally, I will not be claiming that. Because I am a god, but not that type of god.